Good morning, YouTube. We are here probably for the last time at Noccalula Falls here in Gadsden, Alabama. We're going to do one more fish for trout, these stalkers. I'm just going to get, we're going to the Smokies next week, in a couple of days, and we are planning on targeting brook trout. So I'm just going to get my trout legs again about me. So we're going to try to spend the day here, or the good majority of the morning here, and we're going to try to catch a few more stock trout. I'm going to work on down a little bit further than I've worked before, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to start up here high though and work my way downstream, which is, not ideal, but it saves a bunch of extra walking. So stick with me as we embark on this crazy journey here in Noccalula Falls, catching these rainbow trout. So stay tuned. It looks like they've got the campground back up and operational. It's been shut down for at least a year, if not more. When we bought our first camper a few years ago, this was the first trip we took, was down here to Noccalula Falls. Of course, that was before I fly fished. But anyway, it's a good place if you want to come here during, I think it's October 15th to like June. They do the trout fishing here at Noccalula. So if you want to come here, you can literally stay in a camper or a tent. I don't know about tents anymore, but right here, and fish right here for trout. So that's an option. People out of state, people that's got to drive a while, if you have a camper or tent, or you just want to catch some trout, check them out. I reckon it's pretty nice now from what I've seen on pictures and on Facebook. So all right, let's go fishing. I got a new Temu sling pack here because I really didn't want to pay $200 plus for a Orvis. I know the quality might have been better, and that's fine, but I mean, fly fishing's expensive anyway. So if I can save money, I think I paid like $17.48 for this sling pack. I'll show it to you later. I like it pretty good, but it's different. It's a crossbody sling pack, and it's just a little bit different than I'm used to. I'm used to carrying either a fanny pack during the summer months, but I can't put my camera in it, or I carry my backpack with my camera gear in it, which I'm used to. It's just heavy and kind of bulky and hard to access all my little compartments and stuff, because there's not many, because it's a camera backpack. But anyway, I'll show you this backpack or this sling pack in a little bit. Got it off of Temu, so we'll see how that goes. Well, let's catch some fish, man. We're going to start up here in these riffles up here, and we're going to work our way down these runs right through here. Maybe fish this a little bit, work on down. You can see, I'll kind of show you what I'm targeting and what I'm looking at. I'm not a expert trout fisherman or even an expert fly fisherman, so don't get me wrong. I'm still very green when it comes to this stuff, but I do this a lot. So we'll kind of go over it. I'll show you what I'm talking about, show you what I'm doing, the steps I take to try to find these fish, and we'll hope we catch a lot today. So let's do it. One of the biggest things I see people do, especially learning how to fly fish, is they'll run up here and jump up on the rock and try to get as close as they can to the fish, which is ideal, but you'll spook the fish 9 times out of 10, especially if they're not stalkers. Wild trout, wild fish, they don't take too kindly to things just jumping up and scaring the crap out of them. And another thing I've noticed, and I'm guilty as the rest of them, everybody's wondering, how to fly. A lot of people, they'll try to horse it. They'll try to horse their fly line out there to get it to go further, and that causes nothing but wind knots and problems. It's just an easy flick forward, and you'll get it to where you want to go every time. Keep your line taut in the water if you can. Natural drift. You want to keep it kind of moving with the speed of the river, speed of the water in that section of water you're fishing. I'm using the flies that I tied up the other day. But we're going to fish this. The river's a little up, but the creek's a little bit up right now. So we're going to fish at about, we're going to start about 20 inches deep right here. Give or take a few inches. I don't know where they're at. My hands are cold. It's cold this morning. It's 34 degrees when I got out of my car. And these indicators too will kind of slow you drift just a little bit and keep from having drag. Just an easy drift, same speed. If you're watching bubbles that you're trying to fish around, you can get your drift where you want it. Always try to aim for structure to where, wasn't a good cast, but along something, along a log, along a rock, a boulder, anything like that. And I might just be a trout hanging up under something. I've had a few people reach out looking for pointers and tips at catching these fish down here. And I mean, it's like a 40-minute drive for me to get here. And I do come. This is fun. Considering there's no bass fishing right now, really. So I don't come here all the time. I don't know all the answers, but maybe we can get y'all on some fish. Just kind of get the points. I come down the shortcut, which is kind of steep, so you got to be careful coming down that jump. Let it kind of drift around in there. You can see how my indicator, it went in, it's coming around, it's coming back. So there's a dead spot of the pool right here that's just kind of wafting around. And then fish swimming in that don't have to fight as hard as if they were swimming in the middle of this run right here. In the middle of that run would be tough for them. They've got to constantly swim to keep up pace and stay put, versus coming just on the outside of that run where the water's a little more slack and they can use a lot less energy sitting there looking for food. And if they see something drift by their face in that run, they can shoot out, grab it, come back in, and not have to burn a whole lot of energy. Back to our trip we've got planned. We're leaving in a couple of days, going up to, actually we're going to stay in Pigeon Forge this go around. But our plan is to target brookies. We're going to go to Rainbow Falls, and hopefully we can catch enough, or at least get enough content to make a full-blown film. I'd like to do a documentary. Well, that looks good over there. A documentary type film. Documentary type film. All about brook trout. They are the southeast, or actually the east, the whole side of this country, the only native trout is the brook trout. And I was reading about it. I've got a book by, I think, Jay Jacobs, but there's two different strands, a northern and a southern brook trout. And most of the ones down here, especially in the Smokies in North Georgia mountains, are the southern brook trout. And they were here longer than just about any other fish in the country. So that's really, really cool. Just an easy cast, nothing crazy. You don't have to cast it hard as you can now. That's it. If you start horsing it, you're going to start having wind knots and you're going to lose them. You're going to get them tied in trees. I do that when I start rushing. I feel like I'm rushing or fishing faster, I guess, and I just start messing everything up. It just comes into a big mess. All you got to do is just an easy forward. You want to let your rod do the work for you. Flick it forward right there. And the water's just a little more stained up than it's been being. Like I said, I hadn't been in a few weeks, but it's a little more stained up than it's been being. So we might have to swap to something with a little lighter color so they can see it. I thought this Flashaboo might help, but I don't know. It's still early. I mean, it's just 7, it's almost 8 o'clock. All right, here's another spot. Here's another spot I want to show you. It's kind of what I'm looking for to find these fish. Again, talking about the runs. There's the run. The main run's right there. Okay, it's going straight down and over there. But this water right here in the middle is slack water. There could be a fish holding in behind this rock. Anywhere down through here, that seam where it's fast water to slow water. Same here. Here's a seam. This run here is a lot slower than that one over there, in my opinion. So I could drift one in the middle of this seam, and there could be a fish holding along this rock wall right here, under this log. There could be structure up under there I can't see. So what I would do here to fish this is I would start closest to me, drift in through here, let it drift around there about 5 or 6, 7 times. You never know. Keep fishing it, and then I'm gonna cast right over here and let it kind of drift around in that slow pool there. So what I'm gonna do, get a little line out, get over here. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna bow an arrow right here. I don't have a whole lot of casting room. So I'm gonna ease it in and let it sit. Keep an eye on that. Keep your hand on your fly line. At least a hand on your fly line. And let it drift right along through that rock wall right there. See how it's drifting down through there? Let your line out as you're going. Nothing. So I'm gonna strip it back. Whoa. Strip it back. In it. All right. Then what I'm gonna do is just do a little roll cast right back into that seam or that run. Right along that run. Under the log. Just kind of let it do its thing, man. Because that's what anything does. A real insect would just be at the mercy of the current. It's not going to be tied to a fly line to where it can't move. So it's going to be doing its own thing. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you've seen me fish right here. That's because there's fish in here. They hold pretty good in here. It's a pretty deep run. It's channeled. Let's get closer and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's channeled. So them fish are literally in a barrel right here. I was just fishing down there. Well, I couldn't see around this. So this is a run. This is a slow moving run that's channeled in between these two huge boulders. And we got another plunge pool down here on the other end of it. Most of these fish that I've caught here are 3/4 of the way down or at the bottom, at the end of this little run here, right before it goes back off. So keep that in mind. I think this weather has really been screwing with them because it's either 70 and sunny or 30 and cold. There he is. Got him. So what that was, they're a little more up on in the stream, it looks like. Woohoo, that was a dadgum good one, dude. He jumped up high. All right. Like I was saying before, this is where either a bigger rod or a longer net comes into play at. All right, fish, come on. There you are. I don't want to lose you. And this is off of a fly that I tied. They're pretty darn deep. Well, how am I going to get to it? I'm breaking my rod. Oh. All right. Finally got him. So that was with an olive green woolly booger that I tied, and it already come out. Great. But we got a pretty trout. It's hard to grab these dudes. They're slippery. I'm used to bass. But anyway, pretty good fish. Good stock trout back in the water. So he was a little higher up in the run than what I was expecting. So expect that. There's one to hand. Let's keep going. Maybe the bite's fixing to turn on. There's one more hole up here that I've got hit after hit after hit with fish, and I've yet to catch one from it. For whatever reason, it's tough. It's right here along that big rock wall. Look at the redbuds, man. That says it's spring. Just gonna do a slow strip back. About 2-inch strips. Pause for a second. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. Oh my God. Right there. Oh, that's 2. What the heck? That was my fault. Here I am talking to you, telling you how to do it, and I miss a dadgum fish. Twice he was after it. So what I'm gonna do, I just hit a limb. We're gonna go right back in that spot. We're gonna keep an eye on our indicator. And as soon as we see, I've missed so many fish right here, dude, it's not even funny. We're gonna cast right back into there. We're gonna let it carry it down again. Plenty of line out. I'm letting line out. That's what I'm doing. Letting line out. All right, maybe too much line out. So we're getting out there. Let it drift as far as we can. All right, stop moving. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That was a hard one there. Something moved it. I mean, it was the current, it wasn't a fish, but. So now, what I'm going to try to do is go on the other side of this. Right there, like that. It's going to go further now. So drift it on further down that run. As far as I can. And when it kind of stops moving, I'm just going to slow strip back. It's 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Right there. You see that? Slow strip back. That's a good one here too. Is that a bass? No, it's a trout. Yep, that's how you do it. Super quick, super simple. Sitting in that run. Come on, fishy. I'm gonna try not to touch them. I did earlier just to kind of show you, but that's really not good practice unless you're keeping them to eat, which, but anyway, pretty rainbow trout. You've seen how I did it. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. See you, fish. Barbless hooks, the way to go, hands down. All right, so what I'm doing basically is letting this fly ride down this run as far as I can let it ride. And when it kind of stops on its own, what I do, and you can see right here, is I'm holding my fly line, and all I'm doing is short strips when I'm counting. I'm going 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Just like that right there. And that gives that fly in that water, what it'll do is it'll ride that current back to me, and it'll go 1, 2, 1, 2. And it kind of looks like something moving in the water. It's doing this the whole time. And it's not just dead floating or dead drifting. Do you see all these bugs? It's a good sign. It's not quite ready yet, but I'm starting to see bugs flying around. There's a lot of them. They're everywhere. That's a good sign. When that happens, start looking at the top of the water when you're walking, when you're moving, and see if you see any trout rises. Trout rise is just going to be when a trout comes to the surface, and you'll see just a little break of the surface, and when they're feeding up top. So be on the lookout for that. He like that. Shit. One just rose right here. Just not a good day for trout. Let's go home. Good thing about a 7.6 is it fits in my little car perfectly. So, as I said earlier, I was going to show you my swing bag, swing pack bag, whatever it is. All right. Team U special. It'll hold your net. Great. And I can turn this dude around. Got my flies on a Velcro pad, plenty of compartments, 2 fly boxes, another compartment here that fit my phone, but I carry batteries in it. The large compartment will fit my camera, but right now it's got my jacket shoved in it. It's got plenty of D-rings and loops, hooks for tippet, clippers, leader straighteners, floatant. The one up top, I've got my pliers on, so that helps out. But small bag, like $17, $18, well worth it. Anyway, that was Noccalula, probably one of the last times I'll come here this year. We may come back during the delayed harvest to keep a few, but other than that, we're done. We'll be going to the Smokies next week. We'll be trying to catch some brook trout, our only native trout here in the South. So until then, stay classy, tight lines.